Well, the life of former Springbok and 1995 Rugby World Cup winner Chester Williams is being celebrated at a special memorial service at the University of the Western Cape. He died of a suspected heart attack last Friday and will be laid to rest this weekend. My colleague Ronald Masinda is at the memorial. He joins us now live. Ronald, such an incredibly emotional day. Our colleague Justin Ford, in conversation with Maria Williams just a short while ago, she's also expected to attend that memorial this afternoon.
Yes, indeed. Emotional scenes here at UWC, Michelle. And just to give the viewers some information of today's program, basically the program starts at around 1 o'clock. The opening will be done by Professor Pamela Dube. She is the acting rector and vice chancellor here at UWC. Some of the names that will be there here is Jerome Parvata. He was the friend of Chester Williams, and also amongst those will be Minister Patricia de Lille, who will be speaking to later on. We also saw PJ Powers, who will also be performing here. And also among those who will be part of this program, or taking to the podium, will be Mandla Gekai. He's the director of sport here at UWC, and he joins us now for a quick chat. Mandla, thank you so much for your time. Now, we all know that Chester Williams was a symbol of black rugby, and I'm sure it was a watershed moment when he was appointed coach here. Just tell us a bit about him as a role model to a lot of the players.
You know, I think for us to bring a person of Chester's stature to UWC, it was a deliberate move, because indeed he was a beacon. He was a beacon of hope, and because we always want students to have something to aspire to in life, Chester was that person. They knew his life, how hard he had to fight to be where he was, and we wanted that kind of attitude to rub off our students. So indeed, because of his coaching, we were able to produce actually good players, not just players, good people, because he instilled the principles of respect and respect for everyone, the principles of honesty and working for what you believe in. So indeed, it's a huge loss for us.
And what is really not well documented is what he did off the rugby field. We mentioned off camera briefly about some of his ventures, the Chester Williams Foundation. What did he do exactly there?
You know, besides coaching, Chester Williams, through his foundation, he gave many bursaries to our students. And that is one thing that we never bragged about, and actually something that he never wanted us to be talking about, because he was doing it not to showcase or boast, but he was doing it because it was the right thing to do.
All right, there you heard it from Mandla, Michelle, a man who really gave a lot, not only on the rugby field, but off the rugby field as well. I'm going to ask his former teammate of the Springboks, Brayton Paulson, to quickly join us now. He joins us now. Brayton, a tough time for South African rugby. About 2 months ago, we were commemorating the life of James Small. Now another Springbok is lost.
Yeah, it's a tough year, you know, especially for the 95 World Cup brothers. You know, saying goodbye to James also wasn't easy and totally unexpected. Same with Chester as well. And here today we're paying tribute to the legend himself, and it really is sad because he was still so young. But you know, knowing Chester, he would like us to celebrate his life, and I think it's starting today, and his legacy must live on forever.
Brayton, I mean, you're a Springbok legend in your own right, and I'm sure you are, at some point in your career, you looked up to Chester Williams.
I mean, Chelsea became a hero of so many people, and especially, you know, black and coloured players. And for me, it was so different. And I was blown away the first time I took to the field, training field with Chester. I couldn't believe it, and we became big mates, you know, in years gone by. And the lessons I've learned from him, you know, the motivation, the inspiration that he gave to me as a player. To be honest, the first time I saw Chester play for the Springboks, and then I actually realized that, hey, maybe I can also play sometime for the Springboks, and it goes for many a black and coloured player as well. So he paved the way for us. Him, obviously, together with a guy like Adel Tobias. Those guys, you know, we need to celebrate those guys and say thank you for what they've done, the impact they had, not only just in sport, but in life in general. He was an absolute, fantastic, remarkable, soft-spoken human being, always had time for his neighbour, and for that, I will remember that for a long, long time.
Right, and thank you so much indeed for those kind words. And yes, Michelle, we heard it from Brayton Paulser, a legend in his own right as well, talking about the influence that Chester Williams had on his career, and just emotional scenes here at UWC. And I'm sure when the program starts, we'll be hearing from some of the people who were also very close to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've brought us such wonderful tributes already. Thanks very much for that, Ronald Masinda, live to us there from the University of the Western Cape.